Welcome back to Cricbuzz Live. We are here much sooner than we expected. If you are just waking up, no, it's not a dream. It's actually Afghanistan's worst nightmare. They have been bundled out for 56 in their first innings. Raw pace to start with. Jansen getting 3, Kher getting 2, and then Shamsi coming in later and getting 3 with his spin. Zach, Michael. Did we think we'll be back here so soon? But the raw pace you're talking about, it did it for them start of the innings?
Well, we did speak about the concern Afghanistan has with their batting, and that is something which was evident, that over dependence on Gurbaz and Ibrahim Zadran, the openers needed to give them the start. Now, once you don't get that, and you add the intensity, the raw pace which you're talking about, Afghanistan looked like they're still far off, in terms of dealing with this kind of bowling attack in these conditions. The pitch did look like there was enough for the fast bowlers, a little bit of extra bounce, a little bit of nip. We've seen from Rabada hitting that seam and then just ball nipping off. I think completely outplayed by some really good fast bowling.
Michael, fair to say that this game was pretty much decided the first innings in the power play itself. We saw how dominant they were with the ball in the power play. The fall of wickets, they just kept tumbling one after the other.
Yeah, to get 5 in the power play, it's game, set and match. South Africa, they can't believe their luck. They've got to a semi-final, played some good cricket, and they get a pitch, it's almost playing like the Wanderers.
Yes.
In Johannesburg, there's plenty of bounce there. The paces are getting it zipping through to Quinton de Kock. And as Zach says, this is, I guess, the problem for Afghanistan, that the batters just don't really have the capabilities against this quality. And there's not many batting units in the world that would have faced that attack on that surface. So you kind of look at the venue, and it is a chasing venue, but you can completely understand why Afghanistan bat first, because that's their strength, get a bit of a number on the board and then just hope to use all their skill sets to defend. But when you get on a pitch like that against this South African attack, when there's a bit of movement and the odd ball just skidding and scooting onto the stumps. High class from South Africa, not so great from Afghanistan. Just disappointment, really. I think we all wanted a contest, and Afghanistan, the 4-hour delay, no preparation, new venue. I know they've played at this venue before, but you'd want a day or two's preparation for a semi-final, and they just look like, I don't think they would have partied hard on Monday night. I believe they got back to their hotel at 2 a.m, not much sleep, and then this delay. It's not great prep, but they looked a little bit startled.
Yes.
Once they'd lost a couple of early ones, particularly that opening partnership, I think that was always going to be the challenge. If they lost the 2 early, what was that engine room, that middle order going to be able to muster up? And they just kind of came up against a high-class attack.
But Zach, Rashid at the toss said that the middle order, had not spent too much time because of what the openers did. Today, clearly they spent time, but they didn't have any time at all to spend. Unfortunately for them.
Collectively, they've managed not to spend enough time on the pitch. 12 overs, the innings been bundled up. It's been that kind of a day. I think, just South Africa show all around. Fast bowlers, Marco Jansen setting that tone, getting those wickets up front. And once the seamers were making it so tough for the batters, as soon as the spinner comes on to bowl, you think, okay, here's your chance. You got to be attacking. You think of doing all sorts of things. And Shamsi was also just being accurate, bowling wicket to wicket, resulting in a lot of wickets.
Michael, 10, the highest run getter, is not a pretty sight at all in the batting card. But do you think for people who've probably just woken up, they'd be wondering when they see the highlights, they see that pitch, they'll be wondering why Afghanistan batted first after winning the toss?
Yeah, absolutely. That'll be the question. And I guess the question to Afghanistan now is, you can't just be a one-trick pony. You can't just be a team that can only bat first, because clearly from what we've seen, and I think it'll stay the same all night, but what we've seen there, it's certainly a ball first pitch. But Afghanistan, they just know that they've got this team that if they can, even if they get 110, I think they've got enough skill sets to cause a problem or two. But I guess they've gambled on what they do well. But clearly those conditions are not conducive to... But I don't think it's going to be much easier
Yes.
batting second. But when you're only chasing 57, it's quite easy. You've only got to get 57, but it's certainly not a bat first kind of surface.
Zach, as a bowler, you'd be happy to see that bowling card. It's just such a pretty sight when a bowler goes in, gets the conditions they're so used to. Like Michael said, it was like for them, they were playing at home conditions. It felt like that. Everyone except for Keshav Maharaj getting the wickets. And like we said, Jansen and Rabada just set the tone for South Africa.
Yeah, I mean, this bowling card also reflecting that, isn't it? It has been a very, very dominating performance from the bowlers. At one point you felt that they're just bullying the Afghanistan batters, isn't it? They're not able to get in line. The sheer pace, the bounce, the conditions also helping. But South Africa possibly played their best cricket in this game. Rabada bowling that topped the off, ball just nipping, attacking the stumps. Jansen with those field sets. You have a slip, you have a leg gully. The intent was there. Maybe it was the part of the planning and preparation that, okay, you got to be aggressive against this lot. Don't make them feel comfortable. And all those things were just falling into place with wicket tumbling. Something which was possibly the ideal day for South Africa with the ball.
But a short chase, Michael, you were saying it would be a great day for Heinrich if he gets a quick fire 25-30 is exactly what South Africa would want.
Yeah, I mean, if South Africa can get the job done with Heinrich 25-30 not out, I don't think you can have a better day for South Africa. You blow away Afghanistan with the ball, and if you can get your opening batter with a little bit of form, you just look at his numbers there. I mean, average of 11. Before the World Cup, an average of 34, so you could say he's due. It won't be easy on this kind of surface, but if he can be 25-30 not out at the end of the game, I think South Africa will be on that plane to Barbados. They will get a preparation day.
And some rest.
They'll have a bit of rest, bit of preparation, plan for the final. But that's the icing on the cake if you can get your opening batter with a few runs as well.
Zach, South Africa couldn't ask for anything better. 57 to get the big semi-final. We can finally see them going through.
Yeah, absolutely. I think
surely they can't lose from him.
South
Africa, even South Africa can't lose from here. Surely.
But I feel a few early wickets just for cricket to get exciting this morning for a big semi-final. Zach, it's just, if you were in the team right now, you have really nothing on the board. Rashid, we know how charged up they are. But how do you keep your team motivated when you're going into a second innings like this?
It's tough, I think. It's the writing is on the wall right now. You can try. Yes, that energy will be visible maybe in the first 2-3 overs. If you get that early wicket as maybe in the first over, then things will look like they are still trying to create something. But it's only a hope and a very, very outside chance. Yes. The C word with South Africa now is turning into from close games to comprehensive win. Is something which you can expect. I hope that it's not the other C word which yes. they are afraid of. That shouldn't come into play right now.
Well, I think we're going to have to tweak our guessing game a little bit. Let's not talk about power play predictions, but let's talk about in how many overs South Africa is going to chase this down.
Oh, so we've got a new game.
New game.
Yeah.
Okay. I think they'll chase this down in 7.2.
7.2.
Okay, I was going to say 7. Yeah, 7 overs on the dot.
So the rules are you have to be within 3 balls. I don't even think
Gaurav Kapoor's
not
even someone in your ear creating these rules.
I don't know who's making these rules, because if it's GK waking up at 7:13 and making these rules, then I think the North Pole and South Pole must have swapped or something must have happened, because it's clearly not GK.
GK is definitely up. I've seen him on social media.
He's in one of the rain-affected games, I actually called the time of the start of the game. 8:55 started at 8:55.
I think you should go up
get any
on
points
those
for that.
Yeah, I think you should go up top and stay there.
Yeah,
for
that's
that
what,
kind of
because
prediction.
if the rule changes happen, then the points they actually don't come to your account. So it doesn't matter.
But unfortunately, the final judge sahab is Gaurav Kapoor, and he's the one who makes the calls. I think he's sent
He's at the bottom, so we don't mind that. It's okay.
So you've gone with 7.27. I will go with 8 overs. We'll find out. We'll find out if there can be any surprises that Rashid has up his sleeves. But I don't think we will see you at the Combox. So we will be seeing you all right after the game. So do join us there, and let's hope that Afghanistan make it a little interesting at least. We'll see you all very soon.